name already.
Boy, it's been a heavy news day today.
Yeah.
So let's lighten things up a little bit. Think spring. Lisa Briggs from the Roost Company is here.
You can still email a question for Lisa. We've gotten a few already, but tips@channel3000.com. Great to see you.
Hello.
Things are starting to bloom out there.
Oh my goodness, it's crazy out there, isn't it?
It is. All that rain and now
all
a
that
little
rain
sun.
and a little heat, and now things are popping all over
What
the place.
did you bring today?
So this is a Coral Bells. It's a new introduction, and it is called Pistachio Ambrosia.
Oh, love it.
So it must be a Terra Nova introduction because he names everything after food.
You have a purple one, you said.
I have a purple coral bell,
Yes.
very resilient, perennial.
Yeah, there's a purple one that he did called plum pudding.
Wow, he likes this food.
Very
He does like
creative.
foods. Yeah, he does like
They're
food.
great though to plant.
They are. They
very
are.
hardy, and
Yeah.
they last through all of our elements here.
And when they're not blooming, there's lots of color from the floor, from the leaves.
Yeah.
So that's kind of fun too.
All right, let's get to our questions. We'll start with Kurt. Kurt says, is it safe to use Grass Begone on strawberries before they blossom?
It is. Grass Begone will only kill grasses. The only things that we make exceptions for are plants that you're spraying where you're eating them, like asparagus or rhubarb. And then you want to use a product called Over the Top because that's safe.
Okay.
But yeah, it'll be fine.
Okay.
All right, Lisa's next. She needed to dig up some daffodil bulbs and wondering if she can plant them now. Are you going to get anything out of those now?
Okay, so if she's already taken them up and they've had leaves, they're probably not going to have enough energy to flower. If she hasn't done it yet, she should leave them in the ground until the foliage starts to yellow, and then dig them up, and then she can store them in a cool place and replant in the fall. Then she'll get flowers next year too.
Oh, okay, very good. Jan wrote, speaking of flowers and blossoms, she said, I have a large, older, and seemingly healthy lilac bush that has either not bloomed or it's only had a couple of flowers on it the past few years. Is there anything I can do to get it to bloom again?
There are 3 reasons why lilacs tend to have fewer blooms. Number 1 is just it's old, you planted it in the full sun, and now you've got trees and it's not getting enough sun. So 6 to 8 hours of good, strong sunlight. Also, lilacs are really particular about when they're pruned. So you need to prune them right after the flowers are done. If you prune them later in the summer or in the fall, you're cutting off all the blossoms. And the final thing is they really do not like fertilizer. So as they get bigger and their root zones go into the lawn, if you're a person that loves your lawn and is a heavy fertilizer for lawn, sometimes that will sort of retard the flowering capabilities of a lilac.
How far can you cut them back when you prune those?
You can cut lilacs back pretty far, but the farther back you go, the longer it's going to take them to recover. I like to do what's called rejuvenation pruning, where you maybe every year take out 1 or 2 of the really old branches all the way to the ground, and then that encourages the new sucker growth. That'll control the size without making it look like some sort of Frankenstein experiment in your yard.
Oh, and they're just starting to bloom now. They're my favorite. It's like
fragrance
aromatherapy.
It is really beautiful, yeah.
Let's go to Diane. She's asking, what is a low-growing ground cover if you have sandy soil in a sunny location? Any ideas?
Yeah, so there are a couple that I really like that do really well in sandy locations and are not super particular about sun or shade. I like, it's called Sweet Woodruff or Gallium odoratum, and it's a low-growing, like sort of star-shaped flower that they used to use to make May wine. And I also personally am crazy about epimedium or bishop's hat. It blooms super early in the spring, mine are already done, and then it sends up these really cool sort of miter-shaped leaves on wiry stems. That's why they call it bishop's hat.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
Just trying to sneak in this last one. Sarah has morel mushrooms showing up in her yard. How can she encourage more?
Oh, God. Okay, well, lucky you. So what you want to do is leave some of them to spore, because if you take them all out, you're taking off all the ability for the new growth. So leave a few in there, maybe 25% of them. Don't tell anybody, because they'll just come and take them
don't
out
tell
anyway.
your neighbors.
But yay, lucky you, I had them in my Sheboygan yard.
Oh, did you?
Don't hear, but yeah.
People love them.
They do.
Great to see you. Thanks
Good to see you guys too.
Thanks for your questions today, everybody. We'll see you again soon, Lisa.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We'll be right back.